Hey, what's going on? This is Roy, the plant-based prepper, and I have not done a garden update in a while. Sorry about that, but this is my fall garden that I started. You will see a video if you look back on me planting this garden for fall. I started with seedlings indoors, let them grow in there because I had problems with pests out here and the heat. It was extremely hot, and mostly everything you see here planted, I started from seed indoors. There's only a few that I just threw some seeds out here that I had space for and grew from seed out here. But everything's looking great. Last fall, you can go back also, last fall in 2019, my garden was looking great for fall. That's when I actually built everything here, except for the walls. I didn't have the walls put up right here, and the winds came, 80-mile-per-hour winds, and just destroyed everything here. So I lost it all. It was a learning experience, sad, but I learned from it, and I built these wind blocks here so it wouldn't happen again. Didn't give up, just kept going, and now what I ended up with was something great, kind of like a greenhouse. It's not a greenhouse, but I have wind blocks here. Love these windows that I did. They're clear, so it doesn't block my sunset view over here. I've got bird netting because I learned from years ago that birds will come and eat anything. So I have bird netting covering the whole thing. I have this shade cloth up here that I just rolled back today because it's cooling down, and now I have more sun to provide to my garden. So hopefully they'll even do better now. So let me just turn the camera around and show you my garden so far that I planted for fall. All right, so I'm just going to walk through and highlight some things and show you some of the problems I've had, but for the most part, everything's doing great. Now here, I planted from seed, and I have to turn this around for some reason. It's not showing me. This is broccoli. Broccoli hasn't been growing that quick, but it is still doing okay. Cauliflower. These pole beans haven't been doing good. I have not been successful with pole beans yet. I have different varieties of tomatoes right here. I have Roma, cherry, and beefsteak. So I've got 4 of these growing over here to replace this because I'll be pulling this out soon. Now it's just taken off all over the place, and it has tomatoes everywhere, so I don't want to pull it until I get all the tomatoes harvested off of it. That's why it's still there. Over here I've got cantaloupe. One of them didn't take from seed, from the seedlings that I transplanted. One of them is doing okay. It's just off to a slow start. It might be because of this location over here. You notice over here it gets more shade during the daytime, and that's why these are pretty small and not doing as good. Over here I had some problems with spider mites, and spider mites I sprayed under here and saved it, so I think it'll still be okay. But the one over here, the same plant, is cucumber, so it's doing pretty good, and it's growing up. Got a few watermelon here. I think sugar baby watermelon right here, and I do have a little baby watermelon on it finally. Got some flowers blooming, and there's a regular watermelon right there. Again, my tomato plant's doing good. Zucchini looking very healthy right here. Got some flowers on it, so I'll be producing some zucchinis pretty soon. Over here I noticed my pumpkin plant had a calcium deficiency, or nitrogen, so I added that to the soil because it does leach nitrogen more in sand and sawdust, so I just added more for it. And look at it, it's already up to the top. And if you watch my summer garden, I had pumpkins plants all the way up here. I strung it all the way down to the other end of the garden over here, grow bed, all the way across and all the way back here. That's how long my pumpkin plant grew. So this is growing faster than any other ones, and I have 2 of them. Just in case one didn't take, I planted another one. So I might have a few pumpkins here growing pretty soon. I see the flowers. Over here, bush beans. I love bush beans. They grow in anything. I had them growing in summer, spring, and fall. And I've got a bean on here already and some flowers. So I got 4 of those. Over here I've got some Brussels sprouts that I did plant from seed. and eggplant from seed. These are the ones I planted from seed because I did not start seedlings for those. This time I put some marigolds in my garden to attract bees, hopefully to get more pollination here. Hopefully that will work, especially with the pumpkins, cucumbers. Over here, strawberries, habaneros I've been using. I love those. And over here I have it looks like a bell pepper growing. So that's what that is. I didn't know what it was until it actually grew one. So I have one bell pepper. Over here I have some more habanero plants growing and some, I think, jalapeno. My peppers aren't looking too good. I think it was a calcium deficiency, but I did add more. So I think we'll be okay. My herbs, I've got dill, cilantro, and my lettuces. I've got mixed lettuce, spinach, forgot what that's called, kale. And over there I put all my root vegetables like my leeks, bunch of onions, carrots, and that's it. So that's my garden. Hope I didn't miss anything. But now that this is off, it's going to get more sun. I just hit it with some more nutrients and looking forward to a fall harvest. I've been harvesting tomatoes all the time and habaneros. And now what I'm excited about is that I've always wanted to be able to make pico de gallo for my own garden. So I will have onions, my own cilantro, and tomatoes. So I can make my own pico de gallo. I don't have to go to the store and buy any of it. So that's going to be exciting. And dill is for making my own pickles. So I have cucumbers over here growing. So I kind of, added what I needed so I won't have to buy any extra stuff to do some of my recipes that I love. So that's it. There's my fall garden update, and I will share another update with you probably in a few weeks because it doesn't take long for this thing to get large. The winds came again, always around the same time towards Halloween, and I rolled up my sunscreen or sunshade right here to let more sun into my garden because it's cooling down. It's getting dark earlier. And right after I did that, 2 days later, we got 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And even though it was blocked over here, if you remember last fall, I lost everything to the winds, and that's why I put up this wind block right here. I'm using clear vinyl plastic. Everything is holding up fine, but with this thing rolled up, it did not protect the garden from the top. So the winds came and took out all of my vines. Every plant that was growing vertically destroyed all the leaves. All the leaves were dead. I lost 2 pumpkins over there completely because that's where the wind gusts were the most. And then you can see right here my cantaloupes, watermelon, cucumber, all of the leaves are gone. So I don't know if it's going to survive. I'm hoping it does. And what I'm thinking about doing is just dropping it, letting it grow on the ground. Because look at that one. That survived right there. That branch. And then this is my zucchini. This one survived, but I had 2 here. And they were thriving. And the other one completely destroyed. It was over here a little bit. My bush beans, all the leaves are gone. It has some new ones, and there were beans growing on it. So I'm hoping this survives. All of the vegetables that were lower to the ground are fine, even on this side. Look at my tomatoes. This one was pretty tall. I lost, I'd say, about 70% of the leaves. So I cut off all the dead ones, and all the tomatoes stayed on it. Looks like I got a lot of tomatoes still. So I think this is going to survive. My peppers did, my strawberries. So everything on this side survived because it's low to the ground. And it was blocked more by this wall right here. Now, this tomato plant, I've been taking suckers off and growing them. So all is not lost, even if I lose that entire thing. Look at, I'm ready to plant my suckers here from both of these and let it grow again. So I'll pull that. I just want all of the tomatoes to ripen, and I'll stop it from growing. It's lost almost everything anyway. And I'll plant these. I don't know where I'm going to plant them yet, but it looks like they survived over there. These were planted from seeds indoors, and I transplanted them, and these are doing good. I've got, I think, Roma, cherry, and beefsteak tomatoes right here. This one I lost quite a bit of leaves on. I think it'll survive. But yeah, let me know what you think, if this has ever happened to you, and if these plants are a goner, or should I leave them there? Will they grow new leaves even though it doesn't have any? Look at how tall it is. Or should I let it just fall to the ground? Maybe it'll grow more roots into the ground and branch out. So that's it for my fall garden update. I didn't lose everything. So what I did with these did help with the wind block, but I need to protect it from the top as well. So I think what I'm going to do is put this clear vinyl plastic all the way across the top on both sides. And that way I can roll the shade cloth on top of it when I need it to cool down. And I can roll it up and still have it blocked from the wind. And I think that will finally do it and protect it completely. It'll be almost a complete greenhouse at that point. And I'll leave the back side open over there. The wind usually comes from the north, which is from this direction, this way. And so it went over the roof and it went down from the top. And that's why everything on that side in the corner got hit the most. All right, that's it for now. My fall garden update is the end of October. This weekend is almost Halloween weekend. So happy Halloween, everyone. Hope you have a great holiday. Have some fun, and stay healthy out there. Stay safe, and just keep prepping.